foremost, we do have somebody that is joining in the campaign. Everybody that does not know her, this is Iris. Iris, say hi.
Hi.
I
I'm
have
Iris. Nice to meet you all. Hello.
recently infected her with the Star Wars bug, so she is Star Wars baby, but she is learning with a concerning rate.
Oh wait,
I'm a
is
sponge.
this your friend who you were introducing to the trilogy?
Yes.
Oh, that's delightful.
She has watched 3 of the movies thus far and has watched, what, 3 seasons of Clone Wars?
I am on
That's
season
impressive.
4. Halfway through season 4.
So she will be joining, her character will be coming in a little bit. She is not starting off with the group, of course. And additionally, we shall see an old friend that used to play this system with me, is joining a campaign with Piper, Joe, and Iris, and he may be joining as well in a couple of weeks. We shall see. So,
Nice.
we'll see. Anybody remember what happened the last time?
We were about to get fucked up by a magnetite. That's the important part. That's the load-bearing part here.
Yep. I remember being left off with droid. Big droid.
So we were minding our own fucking business, and we went over to the poor part of town, and we were trying to get some information on the Haxian brood because we already knew a fair bit about the Hutts, and we wanted to see like how the other side lived and whatnot. We face planted slightly, just a little bit, you know, if he had a slight misfire. And then while we were dealing with all that, the factory exploded or began to explode. So we helped all of the people there to, gals distress. Then we went back into the town and we saw that there was a plume of smoke coming out of the huts or den. So we decided to go and investigate because YOLO, am I right? We then shot these little droid dudes up front here, and then we saw a magnet, and I was like, oh fuck. Session.
Yup, that's about everything. You came in and you decided to challenge these droids because they were not letting you go into the palace any further, and managed to kill all of them. And then you cracked open the door to see down the hallway an assassin droid. Seeming to just be kind of standing there on patrol or on guard or something. And that is where we ended. So, and you again, as you all are standing in this lobby area and kind of peering down this hallway, you can hear the sounds of some sort of skirmish further in the building, in raised voices. You're not seeing anything down the hallway right now, so you assume it's deeper in. But that is going on in the background, which is a little concerning and a little surprising to all of you, considering the fact is that as you approached the palace, it was pretty silent over here other than just the alarms going off. But you also are not 100% certain if that's an intentional thing or if that's just the side effect of you guys being in the middle of chaos for an extended period down by the slag works. So, who wants to start off?
Start off in terms of fight.
Who are you guys wanting to fight? Are you guys wanting to do something else? Right now you're just all kind of peering around to like 2 or 3 inch crack in the door down this hallway.
And the droid's just sitting here. He ain't doing nothing.
Oh, he's gonna do stuff. He's gonna do stuff if he sees us.
Yeah, and all of you are aware enough that assassin droids are not fun.
Kane is standing very, very still. And he will slowly turn his head towards Iffy, who's out the fuck side. And he will, like, look at her with like one bulging eye of just concern, just like, what are you doing?
If he will creep forward, you know, like one of those cartoon characters, exaggerated, just swooshing on through here, and take a peek at the droid. Oh, that don't look good. That don't look good at all.
Yes,
You went row, Buddy Piper.
I have electro snares.
What is that?
I don't know what it does, but I got him.
We got a good rate on him. Don't ask too many questions.
Uh,
Would you rather we not have electro snares?
So electro snares, what they do is it takes a survival check to set up, and once hidden or once set up, you can try to lure somebody through the snare. And if they fail a check to see if they notice it or not, this snare will activate, and it does 10 stun damage plus an additional 2 damage per success on the original check.
All right, which of you has a good
Pretty
survival?
fucking strong.
Yeah, which of you got survival?
Not me. Tell you that right now.
I think I might. Let me look. No.
Burns the game.
Sorry about that. I had somebody at the door.
Okay. All right.
Do you have survival?
I did.
Do I have survival? Probably not. No, I do not
I
have a
do.
rank in survival.
I do. I see that I purchased it, so I'm gonna turn it on. And then I'd like to make a survival roll, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you my snare to set down in front of this doorway.
Okay, so you are trying to
What do I need?
set up a survival or you're trying to set up a snare directly in front of this doorway, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, then that'll be Marcy. Hold on, let me do this thing really fast, because I have you... Can you say something really fast for me, Enbian?
1, 2, 3, 4,
There
5,
we
6.
go. I just had to adjust my Discord really fast. So you can make a survival check, and it will be with 3 purple.
Alright.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, so you do successfully set it. It is not pretty. And it takes you a good amount of time to try and set this thing up well. So, I will need somebody to roll me a d20.
Dibs.
Alright, go for it.
Hell
Step on
yeah.
it.
This is one of those times where you want to aim low, right? Roll under. This
I love aiming low.
Alright, so
Shoot
we got
Run
the brief.
on
Bottom.
Call of Cthulhu rules, and I do not run on Call of Cthulhu rules. But
No, I don't run on Call of Cthulhu rules for D20. I just love seeing that 1-digit number because I'm like, oh yeah, something's about to pop off.
let me
Let's go.
do my roll on my end really fast. Where is your stat block, sir? Because I do know I have it pulled up somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay.
honestly, like, if you don't upset a Magna Droid at some point, are you even playing Star Wars?
So, as you're setting up, you're sitting there and trying to get this thing to like prop open just right, get all these different kind of electrodes like laid out exactly in the right spots so that when it triggers it'll do full damage. And as you're doing this, unfortunately, the droid starts doing his scan. You see him kind of perk up, whoever's looking through the door still, and lift his head and starts going from one side to the other, scanning and looking around the hallway. And you see his face turn towards the door and scan.
Okay.
Take a few steps back from the door.
I'm going to take a few steps through the door.
Boss,
Well,
you just got another slap on the how many times
she's
I'm
going.
gonna slap the boss?
You can slap her as much as you want. It won't bring her back.
Galatea's just gonna beat Iffy after this is all done.
I've got a brilliant plan.
It's going to beat a dead person.
Yep, I sure.
I'm gonna smear some more dirt on my face, and I'm gonna head out of the door, and I'm gonna do my best to look as disheveled as possible.
Pain is
Which
just
she-
fucking full on freaking out, just like what?
You hear an audible
silent.
sigh from Galatea.
Like jumping, well, not jumping up and down, but it looks like he is hailing a plane with angry arm motions.
He's just doing semaphore there. It's an Easter egg for our later viewers. He's spelling out what the fuck.
Galatea's like, I don't have lungs, but even still.
If he's already looking kind of fucked up, Owen to the explosion. It's just like, oh, the horror! You never, sir, Mr. Droid Man, you gotta help me!
Okay. You
no.
step through the door, and as you're stepping through the door, even before you like open your mouth, this droid has already like fully lifted himself up to his full height and is turning towards you and is taking a couple of steps. He doesn't. You see, as he turns towards you, that he does have a weapon drawn, but he doesn't lift it at all. At first, he just grips it a little bit tighter as he approaches a couple of feet and scans you up and down. And then you hear just this pause and a very slow, state your name and purpose.
My name's Iphigenia Fell. I'm an ambassador for the Republic. I was here on important business with Timo, and everything's just there's just so much happening.
Like a giant gal. Okay. So you are going to roll me a deception contested.
Oh boy.
And let me see what his is. So that's going to be 2 purple. He's not great.
Okay.
He hits very hard. He is not very smart.
That's perfectly fine because deception is the weakest of my social skills, but it's still pretty good. So that's yellow, green, and 2 purples. He said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Party, are we okay if I use the light side point to upgrade here?
Don't ask permission. You're
Yeah,
free to use
do it. Do it. I'm down.
Alright, I will use
Let's
the light
go.
side point to upgrade. Will you upgrade, Z?
No, I'm gonna save these for a bit.
Oh no.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Alright, here we go. Oh!
Ooh. Well, damn. Okay then.
Not such a crazy idea now, is it?
Okay then. So the droid kind of, if a droid could blink, he just kind of blinks at you. And you could feel like there's like this like slow processing of like, I don't know what to do with this. And the large rifle that he has in his hands, still tightly gripped but lowers like an inch. And you can see there's a little bit of kind of alertness kind of fades for a second. No one is coming inside the palace right now. You must remain outside.
That's just the problem. I saw the smoke, and I came to see what was going on. There's these blaster shots outside. It's horrible. You gotta come see. I mean, you got that rifle, right? You can't just let them go running around like this.
And he kind of tilts his head, and there's a very long silence. And you can hear it, but you cannot see it, of what sounds like metal footsteps further down the hallway. And he starts towards you.
Oh, Mr. Robot Man, I knew I could count on you. You're my only hope. I will try to lead him over the trap.
Okay. So, since you know where the trap is, I will let you... You can do an athletics or a coordination.
Okay. Love both of those skills.
And it'll be 2 purple, but you also get a blue, because you know where it is.
Okay. 2 purple and a blue. Can I talk you into an additional blue because I'm really tall?
This one time. This
All
one
right.
time. No more sweet
One
talking
time
for the rest of
second.
the night.
All right. Let's see what we got here. You know what? I'm fine.
And let me see this thing's perception.
Everything is going fine.
So this thing follows you through the doorway, and you go to step over this trap, but you are not quite fast enough to get over it before he steps through as well. And so essentially your leg gets caught up in the trap
Oh
while
boy.
it snaps around his legs completely. So see here.
Oh, I've been hoisted by my own petard.
And the original survival check only had 1 success. So this does 10 stun damage. Hold on, I ordered food and I think it's at the door. I'll be right back.
Hey! Grubhub.
Intermission.
That I'm gonna take that opportunity to grab myself put something in for me.
So, side note, while we're having a little break here,
Mhm.
I watched all the streams that you guys have done, and
Oh boy.
hilarious.
You know, I think it's funny that you find it hilarious because I don't know if any of us were shooting for funny.
Oh, it was. I mean, there were certainly very funny moments there.
That's what I mean is like all of us were like, okay, we're going to go into this. We're gonna be Star Wars professionals, and it just turned into of course.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? The second session that we got like chased by those ostrich things?
Yep, trampled partially. Kane was fine, and he's like, oh, I gotta help Iffy, and then he wasn't fine. Which, in my head, I was like, that's what's gonna happen. But I did it anyway.
Yeah, there's been a lot of comedy moments. I've really enjoyed it.
A grim portent.
Oh, that last session was beautiful. And when I say beautiful, it's like how a dumpster fire is beautiful.
Ah, yes.
I'm glad that you enjoyed us arguing about the ethics of helping people out of a building. I'm very pleased with how this plan has turned out. I did not expect it to work this well.
Okay, I return with Soundage.
Welcome back.
I believe this is your sandwich.
That's not. So, the electro snare just snaps shut around both legs of this droid and around Iffy's off foot, essentially. And Iffy, you just come kind of crashing down onto your knees as your leg gets yanked back towards this snare. And you can feel the electricity running up you, and the rest of you can see the electricity is jumping off this droid as it just kind of stands there, shakes for a second as the snare goes off. And the snare does a total of 10 strain to this droid. And then Iffy... Oh gosh.
What is the price of my hubris?
It is going to be a total of 3 strain to you.
Okay.
Oh god.
Hey, strain is something that you should want to like sacrifice when you can. It's better than wounds.
Yeah, no, okay.
Strain can be solved with a nap. So you just feel that electricity coursing up your legs and your muscles tensing and contracting really hard. And for a moment you don't feel like you can move, but the electro snare eventually runs out of juice and just kind of collapses. And this droid is just a little stunned as it stands there for a second, processing what just happened, waiting for the electricity to stop firing through all of its various gears and components. And I will say that of the 3 of you, Marcy, Gal, and Kane, 2 of you can take a surprise action on this droid before he gathers himself.
I need the combat cheat sheet because I need to see if I can do a thing.
I'll let you go first, then, Elizabeth.
If you know what you wanted to do, you can go ahead
I'm
and
gonna
do it.
shoot him.
Okay, well, cool. You can do that.
I'm gonna help the person who's shooting.
Yeah.
I will also point out here that strain and wounds are counted separately. He just took a big hit to his strain, but his wounds are still fully active. So this is one of those things where if you have an ability to hit one or the other, consider that. So if
I
you
haven't gotten
do you have a stun setting on that gun?
That's a good question. Let me see.
Do this.
Or if
If
you...
only I had scathing tirade.
It does have a stun setting.
Okay. So you can set it to stun, and that will continue to hit the strain rather than the wounds.
We will do exactly that. Is this a full action,
N-
etc.?
no, you're only going to be able to get off a weapons attack. You're not going to be able to get anything else off if that's what you're wanting to do.
Yes. Okay.
Alright. I'm helping Piper. I mean,
So that's
Galatia.
So that'll be, you are hitting with your carbine, so that is a long distance rifle in a very close range. So you're going to be dealing that with 4 purple, but you get a blue from Marcy.
I need to get like a shotgun.
We
Yeah,
should implant one in your arm.
That's the trade-off of having the big guns that do a lot of damage. If you get too close, they're really hard to hit with. That does not hit.
Well,
And this is where I will advise you all, because you're saying that, remember to loot the bodies when you have bodies to loot, because sometimes you get some of that shit.
Mhm.
can I don't know if this is doable, but can I use horsepower move, which I have, to grab this droid by whichever foot is on the ground as he's like stepping forward, and I want to try and like yoink so he slips.
Yes, you can. Hold on just a second. I'm going to go reread this really fast. Because again, my Jedi did not have the move power, so I need to double check what that did.
Hell yeah.
Jedi without move. Oh man.
That's,
Yeah,
that was my first thought. I was like, holy
That's
shit.
a whole story. We did like a in-character training thing with where she was trying to learn telekinesis, and for 2 hours straight I did not get a single success or advantage.
Oh my god.
And so at that point we're like, the roll gods have dictated that this character shall not have telekinesis. And so she was not allowed to have the move tree.
All the other Jedi must have bullied her.
They did.
Will this show it? No. No, it won't.
You will,
you would roll your force die.
yeah,
basically,
you will
for it.
need to roll your force die, and if you get a light side point, you just can automatically do it. If you get a dark side point, you can choose to use that, but that will be added towards your dark side for the session.
So I just have to click the use light side on Destiny Pool.
No, you just roll a force die. This is where the white die becomes a little bit more useful.
Okay, so
When you
I'm rolling just a single white die. for
Yes.
this. Big money. Bitch!
So
I mean, you can still do it.
yeah, you still can choose to use that because you essentially just got a dark side point for yourself. You can use it, but that'll be 5 conflict that you'll have to roll against towards it by the end of the session, and they just add up through the session.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll do it. I will add 1 conflict. And
Okay.
use this point.
So you'll mark down somewhere for the session. We'll roll at the end. At the moment, you have 5, and if you do other things, like using dark side points or un-Jedi-like things, you'll continue to add on top of that, okay?
Yes. And there is... Yeah, there it is. Conflict. 5.
Alright. So you reach out with the force and just grab this... Excuse me, this droid's foot and pull with all your might to send it off balance, and it comes toppling, crashing down in front of all of you. And with that, I will roll this. to see. Okay, the gods have favored you. So it will count as surprised for another round, so all of you will be able to get off a full round of combat, and it will just go last in combat.
Hey, let's fucking go!
Yay!
Alright. I'm gonna help Galatea again.
Okay.
Altea's moving a step backwards.
Yeah, so you'll have to come essentially kind of like over here to kind of equal out to where you're not getting... There you go.
Please don't shoot me in the back of the head.
So that'll be 3 purple for you. You'll get a blue from Marcy, and you can also aim if you so choose to get another blue.
I love the same.
There you go. And you have 2 advantages that you can use.
Get up the old advantage chart. Oh no, we don't cheat sheets anymore.
The big one still works just fine because it's like a Google Doc essentially. So when you go to the cheat sheet, you go to the full system cheat sheet. You just have to scroll down a couple pages and it's all in there.
I apologize for not having that up. I forgot it.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, I'm very salty at Fantasy Flight for taking down those cheat sheets. That's some bullshit.
Yeah. Like, it's not that big of a deal in terms of, it's dumb. People need reference material.
Right?
Okay, I think
So you can have anything, you can use anything that uses 1 or 2 advantages.
okay, so I have 2 advantage. I can't do that one. Free maneuver to move back. Is that something I can do?
Yep. You can move even further back. Go back towards
Here?
the corner. Yep. Okay, that is Marcy, that is Gal, Iffy, Kane.
You said to move back?
No. Piper was needing to move back because she's got big gun.
So I can, after Gal shot, I can take my swing.
Yes.
Hell yeah, okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead, step up. Can I? So it's still on the ground, right?
Yes.
Can I step on top of it and, like, just stab? Or if that, I don't know if that would give me any sort of advantage in any way.
I'd give you a blue for it.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take a foot, take 1 step on top of it, and we're gonna plunge this lightsaber.
Alright.
Hope
Are you
to God.
wanting to use your maneuver at all? Or are you just going to go into your action?
Let's see. Is there anything I need? If I use 1 maneuver, I can give myself another blue. Is
Yes.
that awesome? So I would get 2 blue. Okay. Close the door. Wait. Use a maneuver to close the door. Is it halfway in the door? Can I close the door on its fucking dome?
You can, but Kane would know that the force that this door would close, because it's just a normal door, is probably not going to be enough to, like, hurt it at all if he's trying to hurt it.
Okay. Alright, fair.
The doors you're looking for that do that kind of, like, closing force would be on spaceships for, like, blast doors.
Alright, then I'm gonna take that step up, and very carefully aim for the center of mass, and I'm gonna hit it with my lightsaber.
Okay, so you're aiming. You're getting a blue for stepping on top of it. So it's 2 blues and 2 purples.
2 blues, 2 purples. Lightsaber.
Hee.
Sheesh!
So you can pick anything that you can do with 3 advantages.
Where is the advantage exchange?
That's page 5, I believe.
Oh. Hold on, I need to go to link. Is it in the full cheat sheet?
Yeah, the full system cheat sheet. And you'll go down to the
Okay.
PDF page 5.
There we go. So you said 3 triumphs. I get negate their defensive bonuses, disabled instead of suffering wounds or strain. Drop the weapon or environment. I'm gonna say I want to negate any defensive bonuses they have until the end of round.
Okay.
Heal that armor off.
What is your lightsaber? Does 6 damage, so 8. Okay, that is. I do this. And the gal's carbine does 9, correct? Just making sure I'm doing my math
Yeah.
correct.
That is correct.
Holy shit, your gun does so much!
9 stun. It is big gun.
Okay, so this poor droid is already kind of looking. He's in one piece still, because Kane is targeting wounds and the snare and Gal are targeting strain. So he's still not nearly as fucked up, but he is so confused. And he just like kind of spins his head around and he's looking up at Kane. And it's like you can just see that his scanner is jumping from one person to another person to another person back to the first person, like trying to figure out what the fuck has happened to him. Iffy.
Press X to struggle. If he will get up and take cover behind this here table.
Okay.
If possible, I will also take out my holdout blaster.
Alright, you can do that. And actually you would have hidden it to go lure him out. But I say, I think
Yep.
you got off like 1 shot earlier, but
Yeah, I
Alright.
think I shot it like once, maybe twice.
And Kane, what is your athletics? What is in your box?
My athletics is 1.
Just 1 green?
Or no, sorry, it's 2 green and a yellow.
2 green and yellow, okay. So this thing is going to try to deal with your bullshit. 2 green and a yellow. It starts trying to just stand up and push you off, but you have planted yourself just firmly enough where it is not getting up easily, and it's still, you can see the sparks jumping off of its legs. Its legs are still kind of tangled up in the snare, and it's just not having a good day, but it will still pull out a vibro knife
Oh no.
and try to hit you. Okay. And it's gonna have disadvantage because it's down here. Okay. And it does hit you.
Oh shit.
Let's see what the damage is here. It does 4 damage, and it can ignore 1 point of soak.
So that gives me only 1 point of soak to soak it with. So I take 3 damage,
Yes.
3 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ow!
And as it does that, Kane and Iffy, you both can roll me a force roll with 3 purple.
Force roll with 3 whole purple. Oh boy. Okay.
The force be with you.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Oh, wait, shit, sorry. So that's -1 success and 3 advantage. So that is 3 success? And
3 success and 1 advantage.
yeah. My bad, forgot to clear the boost.
Fine. Okay. So, Kane notices jack shit.
That
Iffy,
tracks.
you just have this kind of vague tingle at the back of your mind that is not unlike when you have when you encountered Kane the first time, or when you have been in English close proximity to Jedi in the past. But you're not really sure where it's coming from or why, or if it's just like fucking Kane setting off a spidey sense. But you just feel that kind of weird tingle in the back of your mind. That
You alright over there, Lisa Brain?
Like, pulling a vibro knife out of his foot. The robot's pulling a vibro knife out of his foot. He's like, no, I'm not fucking alright.
And we have reached the top of the round again. He's going first.
I love this party.
I'm gonna go first so I can get out of the way of the shot.
Okay.
If that is because I imagine it would be difficult for Galatea to shoot past me. So
And I will. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I'm gonna help Galatea once again.
Okay.
Nice.
So, Kane goes first. What are you doing exactly?
I am going to use a maneuver to aim, and attack again, while still being on top of it, and then afterwards, after the attack, I will run.
Alright. Same roll as last time then.
2 blue, 2 purple. Shusha!
So, what I like to do when you have a whole bunch of advantages, I can say that you hit, but you do not get any advantages. So that you do something with rolling decent. So, you can do your standard 6 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, stab it, and then immediately pull my lightsaber out and just start, like, stumbling backwards off of it, just like, oh god, bleeding ankle.
I think you might want to stumble in the opposite direction, Kane.
Oh, you're right. oh, this is fun. I'll be over here. Limp over there.
Alright. Marcy, you're helping, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else you would like to do with your turn?
Is there a better place for me to be? I think everyone's scattering, so maybe I shouldn't be tanking. Let's see. Can I move here?
Yup.
Is that okay?
Yup.
All right. That's where I'll be when I give Galatea a couple of 2 thumbs up and finger guns and go get him, Ray.
Okay. And Gal?
Aim and shoot.
Okay, you can take one more purple off, and that'll be where you sit. Who?
I did it, boss.
Who?
Do I win? I got a Yahtzee.
I always knew you had it in you.
Who?
Galatea kill.
Great shot, kid. That
So-
was one minute.
How does getting more than one success on this work? Does it just do more damage,
Yes.
or
Yes.
okay?
So you have to have one success to do a damage, to do like your base damage. Additional successes count as additional damage.
As like 1 point of additional damage,
Yes.
basically.
Yes.
Okay. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 stun?
Yep. And as you hit him with that, the droid stops moving and seems to kind of shut down for the moment.
Slice it up! Slice it up, Fuzzball!
Oh god.
Oh, what a shot. I knew you had it in you.
It'll miss. I guess I never miss.
Hey, can you use that rifle he's got?
Well, I don't know. How many rifles?
I'm gonna take that vibro knife.
Mm-hmm. So, let me see if I can find the individual stat block for you really fast.
He's busted.
Okay, so Joe, do you have a piece of paper to write this down really fast and you can build it for yourself?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's going to be skill melee,
Skill melee.
+1 damage, which means it's going to do your brawn +1.
Okay.
Crit 2. Range
Crit.
engaged.
2 range engaged.
2 hard points.
2 hard points.
1 pierce and 1 vicious.
1 pierce, 1 vicious.
And so the piercing is what lets it ignore 1 soak.
Gotcha.
And then vicious so that you're aware and so everybody's aware, because we'll slowly start to introduce more and more of these other parts of weapons and damage. Vicious is something that if you score a critical injury against somebody, you do 10 times the vicious rating added onto their critical roll. So when you when you're making somebody roll on roll for a critical injury, they're rolling a D100, and if you have 1 rank in vicious, then whatever they roll plus 10 is the injury that they get.
Plus 10. Holy shit.
So it's 1 times 10, or ranks in vicious times 10 is what they add onto their critical, which means that you're forcing them higher and higher up the critical injury table, where the worse and worse things are.
Kana's gonna look at the knife, and then look at his lightsaber, and put his lightsaber away. Just, and then stick that on his belt.
So this
Honestly,
thing
like-
has a knife and it has a carbine.
And the carbines it got.
Let me double check. Versus yours. It is exactly the same as yours.
Oh. You know,
You
it's more
fired-
dangerous than a gun wielding one blast carbine.
You do not get to dual wield carbines. You can dual wield pistols. Not heavy weapons.
Kane looks at the gun and then looks over at Galatea and goes, "Well, since you have one," and he does a little foot kick thing, so he'll like stick his foot under it and toss it up to his hands and catch it.
Although you can have it, Kane, if you like, but also having spare weapons is not a bad thing because when you have blasters can malfunction.
Oh, they can?
Yeah.
Oh. Then
They're-
he'll look over to Galatea and be like, "Do you want to spare?"
Grabby hands.
He will hand it to Galatea.
Eee.
Alright. And that's all you find on the droid.
What about the other shock people that we encountered yesterday? Last month.
All of those, because they're just probe droids, would not have anything particularly useful to any of you. You'd have to get like humanoid droids or droids that are big enough to have like compartments and stuff that they might stash things if you want to break the droid down in order to find things.
Gotcha.
But as you guys start looting this shut down droid that's laying halfway through the door, you all do hear the sounds of footsteps running around the front of the temple and entering in through the front door. And Gal and Kane, because of where you guys are positioned, you both kind of look down the hallway towards the entrance. And you see a pink Twi'lek stepping through the doorway. And
Assume nothing. Fire away.
Iris, you can
No.
introduce your character.
She ducks from blaster fire.
So first, can I be put on that page? Because I'm on the main map.
Yep. Sorry.
It's okay, I thought it was intentional.
It was to start off with, but they handled that much faster than I thought they would. And so I should have just... When I knew the thing was going down, I should have moved you.
Force banana peel, baby. Let's go.
Speaking of, is that net rechargeable or is that just gone now?
You can try to do some work on it to recharge it, but it would take some time, so it's not going to be usable again during this fight, but you can salvage it and do some work on it later to try and get it up and running again.
That's fine because I have 3 of them.
Are you wanting to salvage this one then, or are you just going to abandon it?
I'll take it with me, just like
Okay.
I like recharge it later.
Gotcha.
It's not whatnot.
So I want to ask, is Galatea actually leveling a rifle at this person, or was that just a meme?
Let me roll the old chaos.
No.
I was gonna say, I'd kind of like to sneak it if
There's
possible.
There's a million ways I thought of this happening. And the bottom of the list is Galatea goes to shoot them.
Bottom of your list, that should be at the top. Have you been in this campaign?
You're right. That's the
Galatea's
thing.
first instinct with anything that moves is shoot it.
Well, she's in a combat zone.
No, you're totally fine. But, like, you level the gun at this person, and Kane is going to jump on the gun.
Oh,
Like, bodily grab it, like, bear hug, and put his whole weight behind it so you don't shoot. And you're like, don't!
look, Mulligans!
The voice break. The voice
He's in
break's
my
perfect.
Boss, he's been possessed. Help!
I haven't been possessed. I'm going
just-
to keep you from shooting someone innocent.
Do we know they're innocent?
I. Before to the palace, ain't nobody innocent up in this place.
I mean,
Iris-
I've never done anything wrong.
Iris, if you want to describe Kana for me, and then everybody else can describe their character really fast. For Iris.
So, sorry.
Once everybody catches their breath.
So this is Kana is a light pink Twi'lek, with white rings for pattern. She has a kind of a cream colored fucking cloak on right now that is completely covered in soot. You can see underneath she has purple and black, like kind of deserty clothes. Let's put an image in. Kind of fashionable, but not like super. It's good for desert weather. That's what I'm trying to say. She's not extremely tall, but she's on the taller side. She's about like 5'8", 5'9". And yeah, she she was peeking her head in just to try and kind of like see what the frick was going on. But like seeing a gun pointed towards the where she's standing, she kind of dives over here behind a wall or something along those lines, and seems to go for some kind of weapon.
Does that look like innocent movement to you?
It's not in.
You don't stop. I know they're innocent.
How do you know they're innocent?
What
They
proof
look
do
like
you
a
have?
cloak. They're wearing a cloak. They look shaped. Fuck.
Go
I'm
on.
wearing a cloak.
Yeah, and we wouldn't trust you neither.
Would you trust me? You implicitly
To be
trusted
fair,
me
you
when we
did blow
first
us
met.
up. To be fair, you did blow us up.
You.
All right, listen. Who goes there?
Put your weapon down, and I'll put mine
You
down.
put your weapon down.
Oh,
I don't even have a weapon yet.
Don't you lie to me. I'm a soldier. I know gunfire. I know.
Hands up, and we won't shoot.
what? She's innocent. I can just tell. And Kane,
Well,
for the record, is facing this direction.
Well, you're acting kind of weird today.
Do you know what I've been through?
I mean,
Well, I was with you the whole way, buddy.
Yes.
What
do
ticket
you
did,
think
like
that this
my
is the
friend?
weirdest thing? That I'm not letting you shoot this random person who's not at all involved with this? So far, we've only seen droids.
Okay, but how do
all right.
you know
All
they're
right.
innocent?
And dogs. Droids and
All right,
dogs.
you there, Pinky. What do you want?
Do we actually know that she's pink if she's wearing a cloak?
No, that's right. I'm sorry.
She carefully peeks her head behind the cover. He's like, I heard an alarm going off, and I felt there was something going on over here. And it looks like you're surrounded by dead droids.
Oh, dead is a bit of an exaggeration when it comes to droids. Now, don't you think?
Boss, you saying we can't die?
I'm just saying that we can repair you in the way that, like, you wouldn't be able to repair me if I got splattered like that there droid.
Boss, I'm a quite skilled medic. I'm sure I could do it.
If I was Giblet's gal?
Throw you in the back of the tank for a week, you'll be fine.
Did we describe our characters yet?
Oh, you
No,
know-
none of the rest of you have.
After you guys.
Are images.
There are images, but
Images are not
We-
always 100% accurate for what the
we are
character's supposed
pretty
to be.
roughed up.
Mine is. Wait, no, not entirely accurate. I'm sorry. She has a metallic fedora. Other than that,
Fedora's very
completely
important.
accurate. Very important.
Iffy is very tall for what appears to be a human woman. She's like 6'2" in that neighborhood. Normally she's a lot more put together than this, but she, like the rest of the party, has had a bit of a day. So her hair is in huge disarray. The nice, like white gown that she wore here is all covered in dirt. Maybe it's got some blood stains on it at this point. Definitely grease stains. It's a little torn. It's just not. It's not looking great. She has a bit of a Mediterranean look to her, if you were to put it in real world terms, and she gives off huge girl boss vibes. Because she's a large girl boss.
Okay. Kane?
Kane is a Mirialan with medium length, dark green hair. Not a lot of tattoos that are visible. He also has a brown, like, half cloak thing that he wears. Black gloves, black boots, a kind of just generic spacer clothing that's padded for the sake of protection. And he is 6 feet tall, and just some guy, really.
Okay. And
Some
Marcy?
Mirialan guy.
Unlike everybody else there, Marcy is short. 5'0". Very slight. This is something I concluded after successfully squeezing through many squeeze points in an abandoned ship, or destroyed ship, I should say, and I declared that, nope, this means that she is 5'0", because she can squeeze through just about anything at this point. Looks like she, her pistol, her weak ass pistol is holstered. Looks like she did not participate in the firefight, but she does look technically savvy. Straight black hair. Human. Should have led with human.
Human or something that looks very much like human in the Star Wars universe. You never quite know.
Yeah, Corellian.
Wearing flight suits, probably.
Let me see.
Or some sort of piloting gear. And there we have our characters. You may continue the chaos.
I'm assuming you guys are the ones that set off the alarm.
Now, why would you assume that? I'm here on a diplomatic mission. We're just here to investigate the cause of the trouble.
Diplomatic
Also, I shot
mission?
that guy.
Yeah. I happen to be the ambassador for the Haven Consortium.
Okay, I'll come out, but don't shoot.
Kane lets
I'm
go of the
watching
gun
you.
and ducks behind the wall.
She she raises her hands and slowly moves forward.
I didn't say you could step forward. Stay right where you are. This
It's
is
fine,
a common
it's fine.
trick.
She's fine. She's fine. I'm sure she doesn't mean us no harm. Look at her. Look at her.
She's still wearing the creepy cape.
She pulls her hood down.
Kane pulls his hood up, which he doesn't have a hood, so he just takes part of his cloak and pulls it up over his head.
Galatea steps back, just gun trained on him.
And he's going to quickly, like, facing towards Iffy, looking directly towards Iffy, just like, well, I'll just let you handle this. And he walks behind her, still facing the wall, and puts his back to hers and starts to push her back to back towards you.
All right, Bubblegum, I'm watching you. No funny business.
I'm actually here to help you.
You're here to help?
She,
Who sent you?
She kind of pulls her cape back, or her cloak back a bit to show a lightsaber.
Oh,
Ooh.
why didn't you say so?
Oh, are you friends with our other Jedi friend? Hey, Kane, get over here. Say hi.
Did
Kane.
you guys go to school together?
Kane doesn't turn around. He's crossed his arms, and you can see his foot tapping.
Kara looks dead at the back of your head.
I feel the weight of 1,000 suns.
See, Galatea's got a 1 in whatever it was that helps detect this, but she don't need the roll to know that Fuzzball's acting funny.
You know, I'm sensing just a tiny bit of tension here. Just a little bit. Fuzzball's not usually like this.
Stop calling me that, and he just deflates.
What's that, Fuzzball?
Fuzzball, huh?
Kane walks forward and puts his forehead against the wall.
We like to tease him, but he's been a great help. So any friend of his is a friend of mine.
She has a slightly tense look on her face. And she has that tense look on her face while looking at Kane, but turns her attention to Iffy and just gives a smile. I'm Kanamayate, by the way.
Nice to meet you. I'm Iphigenia Fell. That over there's Galatea.
Is that spelled Kana?
It is. Why is my keyword being done? There you go. Or you can just see what I just typed, so that works too.
So the Republic sent you along?
You know.
She nods. I am afraid to ask, but how are the negotiations going?
That's great. They're going fine.
You're right just in time. We're just about to put a bullet in the heart. You can join us.
We've determined to take an aggressive stance.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, you see. You know what? We don't got time to explain. We don't know what's going on in there. I say we should evaluate the situation fully before we stop to talk about it. We need a proper setting for me to give you a debriefing. Don't
right.
you think?
Yeah, we gotta have to kill. Let's go. They just move forward.
Do you know? Oh. Wait. Do you know if anyone else is here?
No idea. You'll find we think on our feet.
And you guys did this. Waving towards the droids.
Well, you know, you're just seeing one part of us right now because we also helped a whole ton of folks out at the factory, at the slag works when it exploded. So, you know, it ain't all
Hyper, slow your fucking roll.
I'm just fucking around.
This was Iffy, like, who she saw at the
Yes.
fire, right?
Yes.
I think I saw you there, actually.
Oh, did you? You know, I'm pretty hard to miss.
guess negotiations wait. Or
What are you talking
can't
about?
wait.
These are negotiations.
Gun in your hand.
Think you ever heard of gunboat diplomacy before?
This is the way we do things back home.
This is the way we do things back home.
So, Piper, if you were wanting Gal to have started down the hallway, you get to about there is where I will say you got.
I'll be like right here. Like,
Okay.
I was just fucking around.
So, there's a progression starting towards the door, and Gal, you are leading your way around, and as you kind of come around the curve of this hallway, let me do this. Why are you not doing what I want you to do? There we go. You can see down towards the rest of this hallway that you remember from last time you were here. And you see another droid standing at the end. This one doesn't seem to have a carbine in his hands. However, you do see a fairly long vibro sword. And he seems to have stepped out of a doorway that you see beside him that is open. And you figure that that's probably the metal footsteps that you heard echoing behind the droid that you were stepping over when he came through the doorway.
Hey, don't look now, but we got another tin bucket over here.
Ow. Well, you're much better than those tin buckets, but ain't it a bit weird for you to be calling them that?
Now look, see, there's a hierarchy of metal here. Now see, that thing's a tin bucket, alright? I'm a solid gold bucket, okay?
That's true. That's true. We did spring for the extra detail and work.
Yeah, we gotta look at... Just like you taught me, we gotta look down on those more unfortunate. Just like
You
you
got
always
it right now.
Oh my god.
Hey, all right. I don't think the same trick is gonna work twice.
Well, you never
mean,
know. We just gotta.
We never know.
Corpse.
We never know. I could try it again. I could try it again. I don't think it's gonna work.
I'd like to point out, Kane says without turning around, it didn't work the first time you tried it, by the way.
It worked. It worked. Did he?
It absolutely
or
did not work.
He stepped into the trap, did he not?
That was exactly what you were planning, not, just hoping to avoid the confrontation entirely altogether.
You see, here's the problem with men. You're too axiomatic about things. You gotta be able to improvise.
Kane puts his face in his hands.
Party, do we want to try that stupid plan again, or would we like to approach this a different way? It's got a vibro sword, so I'm like dead if it doesn't work.
I mean, Kane will. He still has his the vibro knife out. And he's gonna position himself right at the edge of this corner, facing the wall. And he'll look like say to Iffy, like, we could just bait it over here and jump it.
I was actually just thinking the same thing, Fuzzball. You and me, we're like twins. We always thinking the same things.
We're
Good
not
job.
alike.
No, we're practically family at this point.
You're not my family.
You heard me here.
It hurt
you-
me too.
Blew me up.
You blew us up, okay? First of all.
Hey, Connor. You wouldn't happen to know nothing about firing no carbines, would you?
What's that?
You wouldn't happen to know nothing about firing no carbines, right?
I mean, I don't really use guns. If that's what you mean.
Sorry. That's alright. the two Jedi can be in the corners, ready to stab you. And I'm gonna shoot them and kite them back. How's that sounded for you guys?
One Jedi.
Well, you got your lightsaber, don't you?
No.
But you were just using it like 2 seconds ago.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see nothing. I didn't see nothing. I think there must be something wrong with your circuits right now, Cal.
You're only just now realizing this?
But the
If he-
lightsaber mark's over here on the corpse. What? I don't get it.
If he just like stares intently at Cal.
Galatea has a willpower
This would be less willpower.
or
Let me see here. Be more
Cunning?
cunning.
she has a cutting of 1. You don't know what you're talking about.
Kana watches. She slightly is tapping her foot, but doesn't say anything.
Anyways,
Well, whatever.
like I was saying, well, like Gal was saying, so we get our 2 melee people over here on the corners. Marcy, you can't shoot this thing, can you?
Well, Mossy was giving me, tactical readouts.
Right,
No.
right. She's your spotter. She's your spotter. You know what? Maybe I can shoot this thing.
Now, boss, you know I love you.
Don't that mean you believe in me?
She puts her hand on. You know I love you.
Question: were these droids always here?
Yes, they've been here since we got here.
These are different droids than what you first encountered first time you came in the palace.
The round ones were here, the big ones were not.
No, those were different. The round ones that you killed last session are like floating probe droids. You had
Oh,
2
so they weren't here.
baseline security droids last time.
Oh. Well, never
Wait a
mind.
s-
Against Akanda.
Wait a
Do-
second.
Go
Go
ahead,
on.
Sorry.
No, you.
Iris, question.
I was going to ask. These aren't typical droids. Like, is there a way to tell where they are from?
The probe droids are kind of a standard underworld thing. You've seen them around before. They are not necessarily common, but you are also not surprised to see them in Hutt territory or in any like gang territory. There's usually like a handful that they have bought or refurbished or something to kind of post as sentries or be mild deterrents for things that aren't super important. If they're just by themselves. So the 3 smaller ones are not super odd to you. None of
no
you would,
markings or anything.
yeah, none of you would be like super like would even really think to like double check anything because those things pass hands so often that there's no really telling who is the current owners and controllers of those. The assassin droid is a little bit more unique. Assassin droids, if they are of kind of a high enough caliber and stuff, can work almost completely independently. So there may not even necessarily be somebody pulling the strings or pulling the strings directly with it. You can try to do a mechanics check if you would like to see if you can glean more information about it. But you would have to like sit there and like really examine it. You're not going to find anything by just like a once over of it.
Okay. Yeah, I was just looking for markings or anything like that.
No. And Piper, you get to roll a d20 for me. We went from a natural 1 to a natural 20.
Well,
You got the seesaw, Piper.
Perfectly balanced.
So Nothing happens that you guys are aware of right now. The droid still standing at the end of the hallway, kind of in its off, not off mood, but in its more unaware mode. The fuck are you going?
I didn't mean to go all the way that far. I'm sorry. All right, am I in shooting range of it?
Yup.
Do I have the tactical assessments from Mossy?
Yeah.
Aw, yeah. It's murdering time.
Let's go back.
It's murdering time. I'll see your reason to have it on stun anymore.
Ow! Cat! Are you sure shooting first is the best?
Okay, you get 1 additional damage, and I will let you do something with the advantages if you so choose.
Can I perform a free maneuver to dash out of sight?
Oh, you're just... Yep, you can.
Marcy, come here. Yeah, let's just duck out of sight so it's like, hey, wait, what the fuck?
So, the droid takes a pot shot directly to the chest and immediately starts looking around and scanning and turns towards the offshoot of the hallway that goes towards the throne room and scans for a second and then turns back towards the other end of the hallway where you guys are and starts moving. It gets to about here. And the 5 of you can roll cool for me, just straight cool.
Is there...
Oh,
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but cool in this case is talking about, like, keeping your head cool, right?
So, when this is for initiative,
Yes.
cool is what you roll if you know that you're about to go into combat or you suspect it. Vigilance is what you roll if you are unaware.
Nope, right. Any purples?
No, it's just a straight roll. No purples, no blues, no nothing.
Alrighty.
Because I'm just looking for successes and advantages to put you guys in an order.
Right.
So, okay. So, this thing is not quite aware enough to beat you guys out in the initiative order, so 2 of you can go ahead of it. Who's going?
So, are you guys just gonna, because it doesn't notice anybody else, you guys just want to sit there and continue with the plan?
I'm game for that.
Sure.
Is a plan B?
I'll learn between us and then you all just jump on him like I'm cutting him back. So I was thinking, do you guys all just want to use help on me to give me like 5 blue dice?
Oh my god.
It sounds like the best option.
It is. So I will say, mechanically, that is what I would want to do. Kane does not want to help Galatea do anything.
See what help Galatea.
I think you're just not being a team player, Fuzzball. That's what we're talking about.
Hey, Who's going first? The Jeopardy music is playing.
We
So
help
I'll go
Galatea.
second to last, then, so everybody can help me.
Kane is. If Kane goes, he is going to waste the turn. So someone else should go.
I will help Galatea. I will hyper the fuck up.
Okay.
I'll help Galatea as well.
2 blue die, and then it's going to be this guy's turn. He gets to about here and sees you. But he can't really move much more than that right now, actually.
He a slow boy.
Hold on. Oh, he's going to double maneuver. And be about here.
Okay.
So that is Iffy and Kana. Marcy, you hyping Gal up too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Take a maneuver to step back to like right here or so. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. It'll be 3 purple.
Okay.
3 purple, 3
Then-
blue.
And then can I still aim or?
Yup, that's 4 blue.
And just for the insanity of this, I'm going to use a light point as well for this.
May the force be with you.
Just for the absurdity of it, and that just upgrades one of my dice to a yellow, right?
Yeah, upgrades one of your green to a yellow.
So many dark.
So do I have to custom make this for that?
You can, yeah.
Okay, so 2 yellows. Like just for the absurdity of it.
Please roll super good, because you can still roll like
I
absolute
can still roll
garbage.
terrible, and if that's how it goes, that's how it goes. And then
Okay. You got 3 advantages. What would you like to do with them?
target drop the sword.
Okay. So it will drop its sword. You do a total of 12 damage to this before it's soak. Ooh! Okay. Kane.
Yeah, Kane.
So you just let out a shot, so Kane thinks it's go time. How far can I get? Because he wants to jump out here and then rush it.
If you want to push yourself, I could say that you can take a black die to get to it, because you're just going to be shy of it otherwise.
Oh, and he dropped the sword!
Yeah, he
This is
dropped the sword.
perfect. So Kane is going to jump out. I will take a black die, and he will jump out and then charge forward. And I want to use my maneuver to pick up the sword, and then attack.
Okay. Let's check here. You are going to be rolling your melee. And it'll be 2 purple and a black.
Black. And it will be melee, which is here.
Okay. This thing
So much for the
looks
plan.
fucked up. But it
Kane
is-
has remarkably good form with this bladed weapon.
see here. So, you can write down this for the vibro sword really fast.
I hope you all realize that I am taking the vibro sword too.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Naturally.
Alright, so it's
Yes.
a vibro sword. It's based off your melee.
Mhm.
It's an engaged range.
Mhm.
It's a damage of 6 and a critical of 2.
6, 2.
Oh, damn. Actually, I forgot that that had that on there, too. So it has 2 piercing,
Let's go.
1 vicious,
1 vicious,
and 1 defensive.
1 defensive.
Mm-hmm. which means that at the top of your skill section, you can increase your melee defense by the number of defensive ratings that you have.
Yo!
And does it have also 2 hard points?
Yes.
Nice. So my melee defense goes up by 1. Hell yeah.
And both this sword and this knife that you have picked up are just ugly, kind of black, just shards of metal looking weapons, really. Other than when you activate them to start the vibro effect, the ultrasonic effect of it. Which I will point out for both vibro knife and vibro sword, once you have started that ultrasonic vibration, which is what allows it to cut through things that a normal sword would not be able to, it does make noise. You hear this constant kind of mechanical hum as you're wielding these things. But they both seem to be fairly sturdy weapons. They are made to just handle a lot of work and take a brunt of damage and still be effective and sharp. They're not made for being pretty, and they're not made to be particularly easily hidden either. They both are just kind of ugly and would not fit in your standard sheaths and stuff like that, so they're just going to be on your person.
Okay. So I have to spend... It's basically a maneuver to draw it and a maneuver to activate it.
No, these with the vibro weapons, they're considered automatically activated, essentially.
Oh.
It's just that, like, if you're wanting to just, like, hold it, and you're talking in RP and stuff, and just, like, spin it around or something like that, it's not going to make noise. Unless you're intentionally activating it like you would at the start of a combat.
Okay.
It's just that is the description more for the fact of you are not going to be at all stealthy with vibro weapons.
Okay. Fair. That's fine.
But that brings us to the top of the round. Do you just want to cut this bitch again?
Yes. I would
Hey, Joe.
like to cut the bitch.
Would you like some help from me?
Were you going to help Galatea?
I don't
I
know. I
will,
can
I
help
will
you.
accept the help.
Sure, I'll help you.
Hell yeah.
So you get a
You
belief
get
from
my-
them.
You get my thumbs up and finger guns.
Little short, tiny Marcy peeking around from behind Iffy. You got this.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that I can be a cheerleader instead of using my weak ass weapon. I'm very happy about that, actually.
So that'll be 2 blue and then 2 purple?
2 purple, yep.
Okay. Fucking time to cut him. Did it roll? Melee. Oh, there it is. It just threw my name on there for some reason.
Yeah, just build your dice pool again and roll. So I'm not seeing anything.
Okay, hold on. So, melee skill. Why? Alright, fine, hold on. If I get rid of this. There we go.
Just into a false sense of security.
Alright. So you swing your sword back across this droid, and he is... Again, you guys are... For these... Okay. I'm a little salty with you guys. You guys are taking out these assassin droids way faster. I should have done the upgraded droids.
That's not necessary.
I like assassinating the assassins. That makes me happy.
So you strike out against this droid and slash across the chest where you slashed it last time, and where Gal got the first shot off, and you can now see the inside workings of this droid and the sparks and a little bit of like fluid leaking from one of the pipes inside. And it just kind of sways for a second, and you see the scanner flicker, and it goes down. And it is dead.
Galatea goes up to Kane. High five!
Kane will. Is there. Wait. So, he can't put the sword away. There's no sheath to it. So he just looks at it and then will spin it around and hold it reverse.
Mhm.
And he will look at Galatea and then look at Galatea's hand and then walk forward.
Okay!
Kana will put her lightsaber kind of back at her hip and look at Issy and be like, "Wow, with Fuzzball around, I don't even think you'll need me."
No, don't go saying that.
Kane, like, how loudly do you say that?
Very loudly.
Kane,
Loud
like,
enough to be heard.
You say that and he immediately stumbles, like his foot caught on an imaginary cord.
You see, that's a good reason that we do need you.
No, I think you all can take care of yourselves.
You should hang out with us. You're cool.
Well, thank you.
King, like, okay, no, we're just going to have to do this, aren't we? And he's going to take the cloak off of the top of his head, which it's been on his head the whole time. For the record, he will take it. He will pull it off, fully revealing himself, and he'll turn around and look at the newcomer. He's going to walk back past Galatea and right up to her with a scale of 1 to 20. How much confidence? More confidence than he should have. And he'll stand there, and you can see him drumming his fingers, gripping and ungripping the sword, not dropping it, but like kind of squeezing it, and he just goes, hi, Anna. It's nice to see you again.
For a very slight second, her face tenses, but then she gives a bright smile, which is very obviously fake.
Oh.
And she looks over at him and like, "Do I know you?"
All of the fear has left his face, and now he is it is just like abject confusion. It's like, what? Yes, you know me. At least you should know me.
I don't think I've met anyone named Fuzzball before. It's quite a unique name.
When you say Fuzzball, you see a part of him die. And his max hit points are reduced. He just becomes slightly more close to death. And just... You know my name. He pinches his brow. Please don't let them poison your mind with nicknames.
Hang on 1 second.
That use of fuzzball hurt way more than it should have.
Oh, poor Kane.
Nicknames? I mean, I don't think we've been introduced.
Okay, he looks tentative, and then holds his hand out and just goes, You do know me, though. You're not, like, faking this.
She gets closer, right up to your face. No, I don't think I do know you. You do remind me of someone, though, but he's dead, so I doubt you're him.
I
You
lean
can
over
hear
to
Gallic
Gallic.
go.
I lean over to Gallic. We gotta keep her. We gotta keep her.
Congratulations, Kana, you've just been adopted.
There's a lot of emotions going through Kane right now, mostly shame. And he, like, I can explain?
I doubt that.
So you do remember me? That was a dumb statement. We should address this later when
Walks away.
we're less of a hut mansion.
She was getting really close, but then as he started speaking again, she just brushed past him.
If he leans on Kane's shoulder on the way ahead, and she's like, "Hey, Kane, buddy,
What?
I'm on the
you
other
don't get to make fun of how I talk to women anymore."
You feel palpable hatred.
Slap him on the shoulder. It's okay, buddy. We'll get you back up there. We'll get you back up there.
There's so much wrong with this situation. It's just,
I got a good feeling about this.
you should. That is the opposite feeling that I have.
So, y'all will proceed down the hall. We'll take a quick 5-10 minute break. So we have a break somewhere in here. And we'll continue.
Sounds good. Beer back.
That went
Good
good.
entrance, Cyrus.
You've impressed the ambassador. She has adopted you. Radiate just enough girl boss energy that she's like, yep. She's allowed to join.
He is my people.
Ah, yes. She is both boss and girl.
I hope you're.
Wait, do what?
I hope you're not mad that I'm fucking with you.
I'm not mad. Kane is like, he is so nettled. He is just in a fuming mix of the, like, just all over the spectrum between angry, frustrated, sad, shameful, like, all of it. Not for any particular reason, mind you. It's all just coincidental. But I'm not mad at all. I'm not bothered.
Kana has a weird bubbling calm.
Sorry, I almost shot you, Iris.
No, that was awesome. I was like, oh, haha, you're gonna point a gun at her, and you fucking nat one.
Yeah, yeah.
The truest chaos roll fashion of fucking course to nat one.
I have a comment for when we start back up again.
No, no.
Everything is painful.
I have the biggest grin on my face right now.
I'm also having a lot of fun with this. Kane is having a bad day. This is really Kane's no good, very bad day.
Galtay is having a blast.
Is that an explosion joke?
I was gonna say, I don't think she's having a blast. I think she's shooting blast. I'll be honest, I was not expecting him to walk up to her, though. I was expecting to play this game for quite a while.
I was rolling a DC 15 bravery check. At first it was a 50-50 shot. I was like 1 to 10, he doesn't do it. 11 to 20, he'll try it. And then I rolled a 10, and I was like, okay, he's gonna cower out. And then the second one I was like, it's gonna go up each time, because he's going to become progressively more afraid to confront her.
I was just waiting till the point where we get back to the ship, because then there's nowhere he can run.
I like her already.
I think the thing that really got Kane was how incredibly not disguised he was immediately. So he was like, there's no point. There's no point in even hiding. I could maybe have hidden. Maybe. But like it would take a lot of luck for the initial meet to after everyone was like, "Oh, hey, do you know him? Did you go to school together? Kane is right there. Yep, that's him, the Jedi, Kane Utress, the Miriala."
Lightsaber. Did you see? I was kind of
that whole bit. I was like, Kane's like faith that he could scoot by unnoticed went from like 75 to 2.
we were kind of hamming it up for that. I apologize.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine because it does get to the meat of the character interaction very quickly. Because like, oh man. So this is something that oh, hold on one second. Okay, this is something that I had planned for Kane, is like his avoidance and hesitancy and fear with all things Jedi, but he was also not willing to stand up for himself, to say like, I don't want to do this thing that you know I can do, or at least think I can do, because he can't hide the fact he has a lightsaber. And so when the boss is like, hey, do that thing that you do with your sword, and he's like, okay. So he kind of let himself get walked on, but he did not, like, absolutely did not want to ever pull that lightsaber out and do forced shit and fight with it. And he is, from the start of the campaign, like, immediately resorted to it, and he's like, oh, God.
It's been interesting to see. It's almost like he's getting a bit more comfortable with it as time goes on, but then he picked up the vibro sword this time and seems to be favoring that. And it's cool. Vibro swords are pretty good substitutes for sabers, especially in your cities, as the case may be.
Part of me thinks that is a opportunity that Z is like, okay, here, you want to roleplay the melee character with no lightsaber. I will at least give you something that is close and functional.
Yeah, like, they're pretty solid weapons,
Yeah.
like, not gonna lie.
It definitely feels good. It also is good because Kane, he's got a lot. He's got a lot of feelings and thoughts and opinions, and doesn't like to share any of them.
What's your melee, by the way?
Oh
What's
yeah,
what?
well, vibro sword you can use. Wait, no, it's melee.
Yeah.
It's the ancient Sith sword that's lightsaber.
Yeah. He's not getting an ancient Sith sword.
As I said it, I was like, shit, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, the vibro sword. To be fair, I had already planned that there was going to be one ranged and one melee in this hallway before you even had told me about that, because these fucking droids have been dropped here since the last time we played. I have not adjusted any of them. But this is also the first time that I was going to be giving you guys options to loot bodies, really, because you've not really dealt with anything up to this point that you could loot bodies. And I am a loot gremlin, so you guys will always be able to loot anything that you would like to try and loot. I cannot guarantee that there will always be things on there for you to have, but you can always do that because that's also a good way of earning money. It's like selling the shit that you take off of other bodies.
That's how you become arms dealers.
So I will also throw this out there for Kane and Kana. Hold on, where did it go? Yeah, in that full system cheat sheet, if you scroll all the way down to page 6, yep, the page just after the advantages, that is your how the Force works shortcut. And it also gives you your conflict table, all those things that's on that conflict table. If you do those in the game, I will try to warn you. But if you knowingly do those in the game, you are generating conflict for yourself that you'll have to roll against at the end of the session.
Ha ha ha.
So, I generally say when you use a dark side point, you are going to just flat out get 5 points of conflict. Because you are pulling from the wrong side of the Force. And then all of these other NRP stuff is other things like theft and emotional abuse and torture and all those different things earn you different amounts of conflict.
How many points of conflict does somebody earn for shooting a baby Yoda strapped to a Sith Lord?
Strapped to a Sith Lord?
Yes, the Sith Lord is using the baby Yoda as a shield.
Okay, but you said shooting a baby Yoda that is attached to a Sith Lord. So, by the way that it's worded, you're just shooting the baby Yoda.
That would be murder, so 10 and up.
Yeah.
Judging by our progress key,
Grogu.
how many sessions do you see this until the changeover so far?
It very much depends on what you do through the rest of this palace. This palace will, depending on your choices here in this next little section, you may finish it tonight. It may carry over into next session. Depending on what you do, I would say minimum of 2 more after that, or it could be another handful. I don't imagine you'll be on the planet more than 4 or 5 sessions longer than this.
Okay. Just wondering.
Yeah. You guys hit a couple of timers that this is a tipping point. And what you do in this palace is going to drastically change your options for the remainder of this planet. And I will say one of those sessions is going to be a very long, tedious session about space combat, which is where Marcy will get her chance to fucking shine finally. Make use of all those piloting skills. But we are back. And you guys continue down this hallway. And as you get closer and closer, you hear more and more raised voices. But the sounds of, like, direct conflict starts to grow a little bit quieter. And you eventually get all the way down here. And you remember that there is this a kind of skinny stairwell hallway into the throne room. And then there is also a open door here on the opposite side that as you guys approach the end of the hallway, let me reveal this. You can see into what looks like maybe some sort of cargo area, storing area, and you can see a body laying on the floor. Very clearly dead. More than likely by sword in Kane's hand currently, judging by the wounds and by the fact that the droid was seemingly stepping out of that door.
We know this way led to the hut's chambers, right?
That way goes to the hut's chambers. This way is a room that you guys have never seen before, but when you look through, you can kind of see there's like shelves and crates and stuff stacked up through the parts of it that you can see from the doorway. And are you just stepping around the corner there, Galatea?
Yes.
Okay. So you... let me... Here...
You know, maybe I'm not so even taking a step back.
You kind of peek around the corner and you can see that there is another droid standing there, but he seems to be facing off against something else. And as you kind of peer on beyond it, you can see another couple of bodies lying on the far side of the room. Kind of seeming to slump off with the tables and the cushions that you remember all of the hut's followers and worshippers and everything sitting on. And now that you're close enough, you can hear a very distinct argument back and forth in Huttese. One of the voices being from Teemo, and the other voice you've never heard before.
And we said last time that I don't have like a translation thing, right?
No. Not for Huttese. That is something that you can invest in as an upgrade for the future.
Gotcha. I motion to Kane, like make like a pointing finger, and then just like a motion of like a karate chop, and then I point around the corner.
Kane like squints as if he's trying to look harder at what you're saying, and just totally missed it.
Galatea like slumps her shoulders and then puts out her head like she's playing charades stuff. She's like, one points at a finger, one points to the corpse of the assassin droid, and then points at the hallway, and then points to you, makes like a chopping motion.
Blinks again. He points to the sword and raises an eyebrow.
Thumbs up.
He will carefully elbow his way to the front, getting uncomfortably close to Kana and very pointedly not touching her, no matter how close he gets.
As you
Maintaining a
pass-
good distance.
As you pass, Kana will whisper, "Try and be careful this time. It's not... You getting injured like that is not very beneficial for either of us."
Kane. There's a lot of emotions. Most of which shame. And he loudly gulps and nods, just goes, "Yep." And I guess he's gonna try to sneak around.
Okay, so you are trying to sneak and do what exactly? As soon as you get around the corner, you can see this droid standing here, not paying attention to you, seemingly facing off against something or paying attention to something that you can't quite see.
I want to do some reconnaissance. I want to like poke out my head, sneak into the hallway, and see if I can't creep up to like right about the edge here. I want to get as close as I can to where I get as much visual information as possible, but I'm not exposed.
Okay. So, let me see his shit. So this will be stealth with 2 purples because he's not super perceptive. But you will also get a blue because he is not paying attention to you.
So 2 purple and a blue. I am proficient in stealth. I say as I fail.
No, you pass, but you got a threat.
Oh.
So, you scoot down, you get... What are you talking about there? And that's about as far as you get before you... There's something in the back of your mind that's like, I do not need to move closer. And... Let me see... You've gotten a little bit further down. You see a little bit more of the room beyond. And you remember that this room has some sort of pit in the center. It is a large circle all the way around, with wall to the one side of it that kind of splits off, so you can't go in the full circle. And all the tables are set up in kind of almost a stadium type seating. There's steps going up to each of them. And from where you are, you can see that this was a bloodbath of some sort. That there is a lot of people that seem to have been taken by surprise, that are dead or injured on the ground. And you can see, yes, this is an alien over here, but I didn't want to go find a robot token that looked good. So that's another robot of a different kind. Looks like a... You think it's robot, but it's also got a very odd stature. Everything you can see of it right now is metal. But it looks a little bit broader and stockier than you've seen most robots. Most droids. And you can see a very tall figure, just the back of them. And they are facing the direction of where the throne would be. They have a blaster in their hand, but their blaster is kind of pointed down at the moment towards the ground, and they seem to be gesticulating wildly with their other hand. And from what you hear and what you see, you imagine this is the owner of the voice that you do not recognize that is talking in Huttese.
Wait, so it's not the owner of the voice talking.
This one is.
Oh.
So
okay.
you
So
heard
this is-
you
yeah.
heard the hut, but you heard the hut, but there was also a voice that you did not recognize, and you think because what you're seeing and what you're hearing is kind of matching up, that that's the other voice, but you don't see their front at all. You're only seeing their back from this position. And you crane your neck just a little bit further, and you can see a gun sticking out here. That you roll me a warfare knowledge check
Fucking.
with 3 purple.
Yeah, that's about what I expected.
You see the end of a rifle of some sort with whoever this droid is facing, seemingly.
Kane, like, looking around, kind of nervous, licks his lips, kind of like, getting kind of antsy. I wish I spoke Huttese. And he's going to tiptoe up a little further. See if he can't glean a bit more. Nobody's
You can,
quite angled at him, right?
not that you can tell.
Okay.
Because this figure over here seems to be facing off in a kind of this direction, looking at something over on the opposite side. This guy is facing towards the throne. This one's facing this direction. Hoping you saw those arrows.
Yeah, I saw them.
So you can make it another stealth roll, but it'll be 3 purple instead of 2.
No, 3 purple and no blue.
And a blue. You can still keep the blue because they still have not noticed you yet.
Kane, he still has the vibro sword out and turned backwards in his hand, at rest. Just tiptoeing forward, and here we go. Stealth, and I'm gonna...
Yeah, that's completely neutral. It all canceled itself out.
Huh.
No good, no bad.
So does that... what happened?
You notice the same shit, I will say, because you have skipped just a little bit further. You can also tell there's another droid right there. Next to the guy that seems to be talking.
Okay, fuck it. Kane's gonna go all the way to the bottom of the stairs, creeping as close as he can. So I count
That's
1.
just going to be with 4 purple. No blue at that point if you're going all the way down.
4 purple, no blue. Oh, that's fine. I'll roll real good. Check this shit out. Ready? Are you fucking ready? Damn it.
So you hit the bottom of the stairs. And let me reveal what you see really fast.
Kane tiptoeing forward, like trying to be quiet. How bad is a double failure plus threat on a scale of 1 to 10?
This guy immediately notices you.
Oh shit.
And because he immediately notices you, this droid that is right in front of you kind of turns in your direction. You notice this guy, though, is a mercenary. Seems to be of the mercenaries that Teemo has been employing. Wearing the same kind of armor and the same weaponry and everything that you've seen them around the town with already. So you see droid here, the guy that's talking to Teemo here, the weird maybe droid over here, 2 more mercenaries directly in front of Teemo, who is on his throne, blaster in hand, blaster leveled at this guy. Seemingly very unhappy. And just kind of carnage around the room. You're still not being able to get an angle past this. Let me reveal, god damn it.
The dude doesn't just open fire. So, you know, things are good. Things are okay. This is doable. Everything's fine.
They
None of
haven't
us...
opened fire yet.
Yeah. Things are fine.
You still can't get a angle on what's going on in the other portion of this circular room. But you can see most of it at this point.
Well, I
And
got
it
spotted.
doesn't look good. It looks very much like you have walked into the middle of a standoff.
Kane looks at the dude and blinks and looks at the droid and holds up his hand in like a surrendering gesture, very calmly. And he will look over his shoulder. I assume everyone is able to see him or like peeking out and looking towards
Yeah.
Kane.
We've all got popcorn.
Yeah, so he looks over his shoulder and he is going he's gonna do a little finger like come here gesture with his open hand, like to Iffy.
Yeah, if he will come on over.
It means I'm coming over.
At this point, as Kane is standing in the entryway to this room, and there are footsteps coming down the stairs behind him, all of the attention in the room has now turned in your guys' direction. And as this guy turns, you see that it is a very tall, very human, looks to be human or near human male figure whose half of his face is taken up with cybernetics. And he looks like both of his hands, from what you can tell, are cybernetic. And you can't tell anything beyond that. But he is very heavily marked in that way.
Modified,
Mhm.
augmented. There it is.
Mm-hmm. And as that happens, another guy comes walking around, getting a better look on all of you. And both of these guys look like they have blasters as well. This guy right in front of you looks like he has a sword. And this one seems to have a carbine of some sort.
Okay. The threat is assessed. Good.
Kane is thinking to himself, trying to make sure that he does not panic. Because if he has this handled,
Get him,
I wasn't gonna say something stupid, but you increased my want to say something stupid so many times over by saying that. Alright. Iffy will stand next to Kane, not quite hiding behind him. Holds her hands up, has stowed her blaster. Alright, folks. You guys started negotiations without the Republic?
And Teemo, as he kind of turns in your direction, you just see this just sour look on his face. And he is seemingly not thrilled with you, perhaps slightly less unhappy with you than he is with the guy in front of him, but still pretty close. And the guy that was talking just kind of, you see his blaster has remained kind of pointed and angled in the direction of Teemo, even though it's still pointed towards the stairs under the throne rather than directly at Teemo at the moment. But he just kind of tilts his head, and you see just the red of the cybernetic eye kind of glow a little bit brighter for a moment, and then fade. And what exactly would we need any Republic help for?
Well, to start with, we already had our eyes on this place, and if we got the slag works blowing up and all of these negotiations end in this way, that don't look good for nobody. They're gonna send way more people here. You guys want to keep this quiet, don't you? Business as usual.
You see this sneer form. Hardly. The city is ours, not his. And then Teemo just seems to get a little bit angrier, and then there's just like a little chortle come out of him. But he doesn't say anything. There's just kind of an expectant glint in his eye as he's watching you.
He's like, they're gonna fuck this up all on their own. I'm just trying to think of what to say.
I was Kane. Joe isn't, because Kane is not going to say shit. But he's desperately trying to come up with something, because he's like, I'm losing all faith by the second. Oh god, we're going to die.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll come up with something. Come
on, Face. This is your job.
I know, right? I know. So it's a
laugh while you can, Inbian. We'll just wait until we get to the starship battle.
Oh yeah, you are fucked.
Sorry. I'm laughing in solidarity because I know what it is too. Oh, I have all these social skills, but I don't know what the fuck to say.
When we get to the starship battle, I am going to play gacha games for 45 minutes.
So I'm just remembering when I play a bard or something like that. It's just like frustrating,
Yeah. Always.
It's like I'm supposed to be good at this, and then fail. So.
Okay. As I'm looking around this room, can I get a read on roughly how many of each faction are here? Do they feel like they're about equal? Does it feel like there's more of one than the other?
At what you can see from where you are, you assume that the two droids that are on this side and the two droids that are on this side are with our speaker. So from what you can see is there's 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And there seems to be 3 mercenaries, a little bit battle-worn, but they also seem to have much better gear than these guys have. And Teemo.
Okay. So we can't see the other side of the room, but it looks like the Haxians have them outnumbered.
There is a balance. You and Kane would be able to tell that there is a numbers advantage to the Haxian brood, from what you can tell, but there is a gear advantage towards Teemo, which put them in a very kind of part of why there's a standoff.
We could try and convince the we could keep talking long enough to position ourselves so that we can shoot on Teemo's people and try and push the numbers advantage there. Because I think the numbers advantage is a strong one. Alternately, we could try and do the opposite and try and get ourselves positioned to fire on the Haxian people. I think we're probably going to have to pick a side here. So is anybody feeling anything in particular?
No.
No feelings about it.
Head empty, no feelings.
We're such an opinionated group.
I have character goals, if that helps.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if it would be metagamey to share those or not. Does your character have any wants here?
I mean, what was your specific mission, I guess?
We're here to secure a supply of Rhydonium for one of these two or another. I mean, there is also, I guess, the option of all of them killing each other, but that's a bit less than, I mean, that's going to be tricky to pull off here. So we are after whichever option gives us the most secure business with the Rhydonium. Teemo is kind of a known quantity in that, it's not great to deal with huts, but it's something that happens a lot. The Haxian brood is a bit more of an unknown quantity, which is why we were going to the slums to find out a bit more about them, to try and get a better feel for, I guess, how people were feeling, if there was, any prejudice one way or the other.
Well, Teemo did say if you took out the leader, you wanted to quote-unquote his head.
Yeah, he did say that.
He's right there. That's was
true.
A bargain.
He also said he was just gonna make a deal with the Empire anyway.
Yeah, which I'm not crazy about. And, personally, I feel like I'm probably more on the side of the brood here, because they probably don't trade slaves, probably. But we don't know that for sure. Another
Roll
thought
me
is...
an underworld knowledge with 4 purple.
Okay, cool. Knowledge, underworld, what do I have? Okay. The odds are not with me, but we're gonna try anyway. 4 purple, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. That's it in this pool. I got no idea, boss.
Okay. I will also let the...
attempt it?
Yeah, any of you guys can attempt it if you would like, but it'll be 4 purple across the board for the underworld.
That's slightly better than this. It's not xenology or warfare, but
Underworld.
Okay, we got 1 success with Gal. Anybody else rolling?
4 purple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kane is panicking.
Okay.
That's
So,
familiar.
Gal, you would have picked up just enough from, news articles from across the galaxy and reports about the Haxian brood that that they fight for territory. One of their major things they fight over is spice. So drugs. But they also seem to be, because of the makeup of their group, they are less than kind to those that are not heavily augmented or not droids.
Alright.
well, boss, love me, but I think, and I don't want to say this, I think we gotta side with the hut in this one.
I think we do. All right. So here's what I think we should do. I think if we should try and keep talking and distract them, I think that Gal might be able to get an angle on the Haxian leader with the carbine. There's this guy in the way, of course, but if it's possible, we might be able to manage that. I think that's something that we can probably aim for.
Well,
No
and
pun intended.
also just making sure you're fully understanding this, like, floor up here is higher than this floor, is higher than the wall down here.
Okay, so this guy is like higher than this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's
Okay.
kind of standing on the steps that are at the bottom level steps that are heading down to this wall into the pit. He is up at the top, kind of on very close to being on this middle level.
All right.
But there is a vertical thing going from the top to the bottom that can also be thought about when you're angling for positions.
So what you're saying is we stack the rest of the party vertically. we put Gal on their shoulders with the rifle. But yeah, I think that's what I want to try and do is get an angle on the Haxian Brood leader, and hopefully if we can get a shot on him or get close to him, then stuff will get chaotic enough and the hut will realize we're on his side here, and we'll be able to maneuver after that. So how does that sound to everybody?
I'm down for whatever plan, but I go in with the anticipation that it will fail and turn into a fucking scrap.
Almost
Huh?
certainly.
Yeah, I'm expecting to walk out of this starting a gang war.
I think the
mean-
game war's already started.
Yeah, to be fair, the gang war's already going. Okay. So, if we will keep her eyes trained on the Haxian fella as she sort of advances a little bit, still with her hands up. She's going to advance slightly ahead of Kane. And she's like, you know, I've been hearing a lot about you, but you're a difficult fella to track down. Now, why is that?
And Piper, stay. You all managed to make it out of the hallway, the three of you. If Kane wants to step forward as well, that's where you get to for this interaction. And the Haxian brood, which you're assuming is leader, very clearly is sizing you up. And you can see that he's kind of throws a glance over his shoulder at the mercenaries in front of Timo, and then angles his body a little bit more towards you, bringing the gun a little bit more in y'all's direction, even though he's still not lifted it. We're hard to find because we have no interest in talking to those that have no use.
Now look, I understand where you're coming from. I really do. Fine droid, it's hard to beat. My droid over there, Gal. Realized I shouldn't have said it that way. My droid over there, Gal, nothing she can't do. Most people from the Hapes Consortium, they don't feel that way. But I see the value in that work.
Okay. So, let me see here. You can... Exactly what type of wool are you trying to pull over his eyes right now?
I'm trying to sweet talk him a bit, right? Just to hold his attention. At some point, probably in the next interaction, I will try to convey to Timo that I am not fucking him over.
Okay.
Fucking them over.
So you can roll a charm. I am going to use a dark side.
That's perfectly fair.
And what you are going to be rolling is 2 purples and a red.
Okay. Do I get my respected delegate bonus?
Technically, yes, for this interaction.
Okay, so I downgrade the difficulty of that. So do I turn that purple, that red back into a purple?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me just double check what I took on my other tree here. Which one did I pick? Okay, no, I picked negotiation. That's not gonna help me here. All right. Okay, I think that's about all of the stuff that I can add to this. And downgrading difficulty is pretty good. I'm not going to use a light side here because I think we need those. So I'm going to hold on to them for now. But here we go. Charm is 2 yellow, 2 green. Okay. And turn that red back into a purple. There we go. All right. All right.
Okay. So, you managed to charm your way a little bit further. Gal, Kane, you guys can move yourselves just a little bit more. If you can go a little bit further into the room as well. Marcy, you can hit the bottom of the stairs. And is Kana progressing down the stairs behind the group?
Yeah.
So you'll hit mid-stair.
Kana's getting a crash course in how suicidal we are.
Just play it cool, Kana. Just don't panic.
Like casually.
We are professionals. Remain calm.
Anakin, stop panicking.
And you all can see and feel that the more people that come around the corner and start heading down the stairs, the more tense everybody in the room is getting. They're all not super thrilled by a unknown third quantity entering into this event. And the Haxian leader, just, you can see a frown curling on his lips as he hears you talk about your droid. Even though you are appreciating the droid. He glances over towards Galatea and looks Gal up and down, head to toe. And instead turns his attention fully towards Gal.
Oh no!
She's your master, then. Just waiting on her hand and foot.
I wouldn't like that. You know, I'm more of a Rudy Tooty point and shooty kind of person, you see? You dig?
Hey, Rudy, shut up.
What? He's talking to me. I'm talking back. Am I not allowed to do that anymore?
Then you start an argument with Kane, and Kane, you can feel as much as see the weight of the gaze turn towards you for a second. A little bit more displeased.
I will.
We'll say nothing.
I will try and cut in here. Gal and I, we got a bit of a special arrangement. You see, like I was saying, back home, they don't really value droids none. So somebody with a bit of, eccentricities like Gal over there, they just threw her out. Scrap heap. We found her. We took her in. Now she looks after us. She's not our servant. She's here because she wants to be.
I will say that you can roll a coercion or a deception with that line. 3 purple.
Deception!
Coercion or deception.
Okay. Alright. I think I've got better deception. Yeah, I do. And what's the difficulty?
3 purple.
3 purple. And then downgrade that to 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here we go. Where is the roll button? There we go.
You all can advance a little bit further, wherever you want to be. Mercy gets fully into the room. Kana hits bottom of the staircase.
I'm gonna try and just like gently squeeze my way through these gentlemen here.
They don't seem super thrilled about you progressing in, but you do manage to get to the table, essentially.
Alright. I get turbo shot, guys. Oh boy.
And the leader, seeing now that there is a lineup behind you, essentially. You can see his grip on his pistol tighten just a little bit, and that immediately sets off a shift in Timo and the mercenaries directly in front of him, where they all also seem to tense up and focus a little bit more on him, not paying as much attention to you, but seeing that he is now not happy, they are getting more concerned. And the leader just kind of lifts his chin a little bit in a very kind of haughty gesture. She shouldn't have to serve you at all.
You know, that's something that I'm willing to discuss with you. If you want to sit down at a table, you want to talk to Gal, sure, you can. But for right now, I think all of us need to talk together. Ain't that right?
And he looks kind of over his shoulder at Timo again. There's just a little sneer. Nothing to talk about. The city's ours. He's just too stubborn to admit it. And
No.
you can see immediately Timo puff up as if he's about to start saying something. I'll let you cut in if you want to cut in.
Now, hold your horses there, fella. 'Cause the way I sees it from here, there's not much left to this city if yous two keep blowing it up like that, now is there?
And there's a moment of confusion in Timo's eyes. He turns back towards you. Blowing up. What are you talking about?
The slag works. It was on fire just now.
And his gaze, his lip curls a little bit, and he turns back towards the leader with just a maliciousness. And he lifts his gun again, aiming much more firmly at this guy. All of you can move, but all of you are also very aware. Timo seems to be reaching a snapping point. He does not seem to have been aware of the explosion at the slag works, specifically.
We got the people out, and I treated them all like the perfect, amazing droid that I am. Thumbs up. Minimum kills.
Do we want to try setting up for the shot? 'Cause I feel like it's if we're going to set up for it, we should probably do that. Like this.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm in position.
Yeah,
It's a good angle.
any of the other three of you want to move before that happens?
All right.
4 of you.
This guy is a Timo guy, right?
Yeah. So the 3 that have like the blue guns are the mercenaries for Timo. All the rest of them, and I will say that you guys are positioned in such a way.
Kane.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'd like to move kind of near Iffy while talking, I guess. I don't necessarily want to go through, through them, but if I could go around or over here, maybe.
Yeah, you can get to about there.
I was gonna say Kane is going to get between the 2 of these guys, so that he's close to Iffy, and in front of Marcy.
All right, Marcy, do you want to adjust where you are?
Sorry, I was distracted. You want me to move where?
I was asking if you want to move somewhere because we're at a point where within the next couple seconds shit might pop off.
Okay. I think I will stay where I'm at.
Okay. Iffy, Gal, continue.
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Just gotta flick your wrist.
All right. So I would like to spend a light side point to add a detail to the story.
Okay. What'd you like to add?
I would like to posit that this is the fella that I talked to in the bar, so that he knows me a little.
Okay. I can allow that.
And isn't inclined to use me as a human shield. Near human shield, as the case may be. Alright. So I think Gal should take the shot. I would like to try and make a social check to keep Mr. Haxian Broodman in place while Gal is preparing to take the shot. I'd probably, I guess, like a charm check or something like that. Just to sort of, distract him enough that he doesn't move too much.
Okay, you can roll me a charm with 3 purple.
Alright.
Don't forget to swap over that light side point that you just used.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Use light side.
Could I potentially assist with my part of the story? Maybe?
If you want to use the last light side point.
No.
That is, you can spend a light side point to add additional details and such if it makes sense.
But
that
I
will
was just gonna
be giving me 7 dark side going into a fight.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Okay. So what am I rolling for this?
All right.
Well, let me roll my charm check first, and I will see how much I can pass to you. So that's 2 purples downgraded to just 3 purples downgraded to 2.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Oh, balls. But I can use 2 of that advantage to target, give a boost to the next person to give a targeted boost. So I'll do that to Galatea. And I will also use the last one to give a boost to the next person to go.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Me? Question mark?
Yep.
Okay. So that's 2 blue, and I could take 2 maneuvers to get 2 blue on my aim, right?
It's one maneuver and an action, so if you're wanting to shoot, you get one maneuver in the action.
Okay. I can take strain for another maneuver, right? Or-
Double check really
I
fast.
thought I saw that.
Yeah, you can take 2 strain.
I will take 2 strain so I can have another blue dice on this. So, rolling 4. And then 2 purple, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this should. I'm not even gonna say it. Let's go. Oh, mama!
Okay.
Oh God.
You have a ton of advantage. You can start looking over the advantage. Just tell me what you want to do.
Oh boy, we got some thinking to do here. How many do I have? How many is that? 1, 2,
4.
3, 4?
So essentially, anything that you see that has advantage, you can use. It's just the
You
last
wanna-
3 that have triumph, you can't.
You want to crit? Do you want to crit? Can you crit?
I
should be
can't
able to.
crit. And critical does what? Remind me again?
You get to roll on a fun table. But depending on what's the crit rating of your weapon?
3.
3. So you can only crit once. Basically, you're going to roll 1d100 plus any bonuses you might have if the weapon has vicious, or if it has, I think lethal also does the same thing.
I
Could
can
be
also
wrong
make
about that.
him drop his gun.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Would that take him like a maneuver to get it back, sort of thing? Or how would that work?
Yes.
So would making him drop it or the critical be better? I'll trust your judgment on this, Iffy, because I still don't fully know.
The trouble is that some crits can be really nasty, and some are just kind of nothing burgers. So it's a bit of a gotcha situation there. I would say the dropping the weapon is the more guaranteed good option. If you are feeling lucky, you could try for a crit.
Alright, well, let's do a luck check real quick. Yeah, okay, let's make him roll on the critical. And then make him roll on the critical, and then I guess recover one of the strain I just spent.
Okay. Do you have any vicious or anything like that on your carbine?
I do not, I don't think.
You have lethal blows on your tree, probably not because you're medic.
Yeah, I'm the medic, by the way.
Yeah, the medic. Alright, 43.
You have access to that table? Could you look that up for me really fast, Kira? I am
Yeah.
juggling something else.
No worries, I'm trying to find it now.
It's bowled over, knocked prone, +1
Oh,
strain.
nice! There we go.
It's 41
What
to
is it?
45. Bowled over, knocked prone, +1 strain.
Knocked prone is real good.
Mm-hmm. So, that is this guy.
Actually, this is a bit posthumous here. Doesn't Galatea get a bonus because she's using a ranged weapon to shoot downward?
Technically,
Oh.
yes. She would
That
get a
would be
blue
another
die.
boost.
Okay, so I'll just roll that real
Yeah,
quick.
roll a single blue die.
I'm just trying to get you more crits.
Nope.
Well, that's another boost and one more point of damage.
Oh, wait, hold up. Because I rolled 2 purple with that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a 1 success and 1 advantage is what you get off of that.
So
So now I have
So-
5.
Now we're doing some mathematics here.
now we're pod racing.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay.
Now I have 5.
This guy is prone.
I'll keep the critical, obviously, but now I have like 2. And then
I'll add a black dice. Wait, does it have to be my target or a target? When it says plus black to targets, I guess it has to be the target. I'll give a blue dice to Kane.
Aw, friendship.
He's my buddy.
Just adjusting a few things here. Ba-ba-ba. You fucked this guy up good. And what do I want to use for prone? Not as prone. Okay, he immediately goes down. It is knocked prone. Just laid out on these steps. You managed to shoot him square in the shoulder. And it just, the force of the blast and the surprise and his ill footing on the stairs, he went down hard and you could hear him hit. Which immediately unleashes chaos in the room. All of you roll cool checks. Straight cool checks.
So everybody in black is the Haxian, right?
Yes. There's exactly 3 mercenaries for Teemo, and then Teemo himself. And then 2, 4 droids, or what you assume to be droids, and then the leader for the Haxian.
So these 2 droids and the leader, the Haxian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and these aliens over here are also droids. I just didn't want to go find another
Okay,
picture.
I was just confirming. Okay, I understand.
Ooh, iffy. You were prepared. Kane, you are not prepared.
Iffy has been outrageously sweaty this entire time.
And I'm going to label these separately and differently for my own sanity.
You got Merc, Teemo, and Droid. Is that
Yes.
intentional?
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, Teemo himself. Okay, I understand.
So all the droids are Haxian, Mercs are Mercs, and then I just needed to keep Teemo separate for my own mental health and juggling this. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one more PC, and it is bumped up to here. One person rolled worse than Kane did.
Ouch.
Okay. So, I will give you guys the option. We can try to get through this fight tonight. It might take a little bit of chunk of time, but that means you will start off immediately after the fight next session. Or we can end it here. And you will start off with this fight next session. Because I know it's getting...
I have time.
a little bit late for a couple people.
Yeah, I'm pro trying to get through this combat.
When you've got time.
I'm ready to fight.
Okay, Imbian? Preference?
Embian left a while ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did?
I didn't even notice.
Okay. I was just not... Unfortunately, because I am streaming, I cannot hear the Discord dings.
Oh, I didn't hear it either.
Alright, so we will just, for ease of going ahead and trying to get through this, we will have Marcy go at the very last, for every round, and she will just be helping whoever is going first in the next round.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes.
And so, one of the rest of you, let's go.
Okay. So, what if he's prone? What does that mean for him on his next turn? Does he just spend his whole turn getting up, or?
Yeah, he's gonna have to try to stand up and gather himself and such, so he's not really gonna be able to benefit from any extra things. He's gonna have some disadvantages depending on what he tries to do. So if you just want to fucking wail on him, you can. However, because that wall he is beside is a wall, it's going to be harder for you to hit now that he's down.
Okay. Okay, so do you guys want me to take a pot shot at one of these droids, or do you guys want to take your turns and try and clear up your side real quick? I'm fine with either.
I am otherwise indifferent.
I think our melee people should go first. Is my inclination.
Yeah.
So I think it should be Kane and Kana in interchangeable order. Then either Gal shoots or Iffy hides, and then whichever one didn't happen goes next.
That's fine with me. You can go before me so you can get out faster.
Yeah, I want to get in front of Iffy to protect from the front end here. So.
Okay. So it sounds like Kana, you're going first. How are you doing?
Cool. Can I jump down to about here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I will do that. Move there. And can I still attack?
Yep.
Okay, I'll do that. So it's just a lightsaber attack?
Yep, it'll be a lightsaber attack. You are in engaged range, so it's going to auto be 2 purple, as long as you are dealing with a engaged weapon. And yeah, you don't have any other bonuses either way, so it's just 2 purple with your lightsaber skill.
Okay.
Or 2 purple, and you can roll from your weapons table.
Are you telling me this doesn't count as single combat for the purposes of Makashi Duelist?
Does she have Makashi Duelist?
It's Seer Makashi Duelist, I think.
Yeah, but I didn't take the duelist training yet.
Ah.
So.
I play a lot
Soon.
of Makashi Duelist, so I got very used to asking.
Soon.
I imagine that's within the next couple of XP editions.
Yep. So, combat skill, lightsaber?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you fail to hit with that.
Big sad.
Alright, Kane?
So I'm gonna roll something just to see what happens. So, can you describe how Kana does the thing?
I'm gonna be extra, and
Yeah.
she jumps off the from the higher point and like kind of flips down and pulls her lightsaber out at trying to do like a downward slash kind of thing. But missed. So
That's where she fucked up. She decided to try and mix in a little bit of Taru into the Makashi, and it just didn't work out for her.
yep.
So Kane sees you just spring into action, like literally actually spring into action. How steep is this incline? Very steep?
Not super steep.
My thought is I might try to make this robot boy tumble backwards and fall into the pit.
You can probably push him down, but because there is a wall at the bottom,
Oh, yeah.
you'd have to
Okay.
get down to him. So like that tan circle down here
Yeah.
is a wall. Is a kind of like a guardrail.
Gotcha. Okay, now that makes sense. So, Kane sees Kana just spiral into action, and he will, out of pure reflex, drop the sword, go for his lightsaber, and he is going to go after this droid. And I will use a maneuver to. And no, I have to use my maneuver to draw the lightsaber. This is fine. But he's
Technically,
going
you
in. Is it?
could with a lightsaber and you would roll with a black die on your second hand. You can dual wield.
What is the benefit of dual wielding?
2 attacks.
Let's fucking dual wield. Hell yeah, let's go! Kane will like see that, and he'll immediately pull his lightsaber to his hand. And just for spice, can he do the thing where he like grips it, tugs it into his palm?
Yeah, just for flavor.
Hell yeah. Then he's gonna do that, and just start tearing into this tin man. So is that 2 purple and a black for both attacks?
So it'll be 2 purple for your first, and I actually misspoke. I said black. It's you upgrade the difficulty to a 3 purple.
So it's 2 purple for the first attack, which I would. Can I say it's my lightsaber?
Yeah.
Okay, then lightsaber for 2 purple. Nothing.
Nothing. And then
And,
melee for 3.
Melee 3. Fuck.
Okay. So I will
Damn.
let that sit for one time, and Kira, you can tell me if you've heard differently. But the general advice that is given for dual wielding is you start with your weaker trait, because that is going to be the one that is going to have lesser difficulty.
Yep.
See, I was going for my melee roll, and I was like, this one should probably have fewer purple die. But Kane would want to swing the lightsaber with his primary hand.
Yeah, that's why I didn't stop you, because I'm like, I know what you're doing, and like RP it would make sense. But just mechanically moving forward, if you want to dual wield, and it is using 2 separate skills, like lightsaber versus melee, you always want to try and use for the first one you roll being the skill that you are weaker in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If it's 2 of the same roll, it doesn't matter.
Gotcha.
Oh wait, Kane, you have blue. I gave you blue.
Do I get a blue on both?
No, it'll be your first action. So you can roll a blue and see if you get anything off of that first one.
I'll try it.
No whammies, no whammies.
Heh! Whammy.
Nothing at all. Try again.
Nothing
So-
but whammies.
Literally 0. The first roll could not have been more 0.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I don't think it even rolled like a blue
Yeah,
die.
it
there.
didn't roll. It didn't roll.
You need to actually roll the die.
No, I think it.
It
did
doesn't
not?
show a result for us. You gotta actually roll it again. Yeah, it's not rolling.
Did it not? Oh, there it is. Yeah,
Well,
I
there
tried.
you go.
that's fine. You did try. It couldn't be more 0.
Okay. So that brings us to Mercenary, who is going to... let me roll to see what they're going to do. 1. He is not a smart man. So, this mercenary beside you is going to try and just level this blaster of his over your shoulder to shoot at this droid, because he is now having to deal with 2 people partially blocking his way. He's not going to push Iffy out of the way, even though he really wants to, because he did have a decent conversation with Iffy earlier. And he barely manages a hit on this guy, which ends up after so doing exactly 1 damage. Yay. And then Teemo's gonna go. Teemo is going to aim his gun at the leader and shoot. And he shall hit. And what is he going to do with that? He's going to add a black die to the leader's next action. Leader is down to this now. Leader is going to try and get himself gathered. Probably not going to work in his favor. Let me double check this against the stat block. That's going to... Yep. He is going to get up and... Here we go. Huh. Figures out Iffy was distracting him. Tries to take a pot shot as he's getting up around the droid. Barely misses. Iffy, you have a blaster bolt just go screaming by your head into the wall behind you.
Iffy sees her life flash before her eyes.
And he is now back up on his feet, not looking great. And then... Iffy Gal, when do you go?
If he takes the hide action, the take cover action, she's going to take cover beneath the table here.
Wise decision.
She's done being easy to target. She's hiding, gonna grab out the holdout blaster, but yeah, that's what she's gonna do.
Okay. This droid in front of you, Kane, is going to take a step back because he has a blaster. Going to try it and shoot you.
No.
Doing 4 damage before soak.
4 damage before soak. Does it ignore any soak?
No. He does
Okay.
not have any piercing in this because it is a blaster.
Then I take 2 more wounds. Wait, really quick. Hold on. Pause. Big
Wait.
pause.
You have parry, don't you?
Yes. I have parry. So I can... I'll suffer 3 strain and reduce that to 0.
Good. Okay. This one is going to take a swing at Kana. She has a slightly more pressing issue right now because she has a lightsaber. He is going to hit, dealing 6 damage before soak.
Ouch.
Big oof. So
Vibro
6
sword.
damage. So 6 damage. I have 2 soak, and I will also parry. Going to combat. No, not combat. It was skills.
Adding a blue die to his next ally.
Minus. Oh, so I think I take 0 as well. Yeah. Because 2 soak, and then I have 2 levels of parry. So I suffer 3 strain.
There you go. This one moves forward. It's going to take a shot at Gal from across the room with his blaster. That goes whizzing by your head. Gal, your turn.
Well, this fucker just shot at the boss. Where I'm from, we don't let people shoot at the boss.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take my turn to aim. And I'm gonna shoot him in the face.
Okay.
And I get another blue because I'm height advantage, right?
Yes. 1 blue from aim, 1 blue from height advantage, and 2 purple because you're far enough away.
Yes. Excellent. Excellent.
God damn.
Damn. Okay. Okay.
And Gal.
Nobody targets the boss.
I'm gonna break your fucking
Nobody
carbines.
hit the boss but me. Gal, you haven't hit the boss. Yet.
You hit him. And guess what? He goes down.
He's going down.
Just immediately
Yelling
drops.
timber.
Nobody targets the boss.
And it's these 2 mercs' turns. This one is going to take a shot at Droid in front of Kana, but he's a little close. He's not going to do it very well. He's going to miss. This one is going to turn and shoot at this guy that just tried to shoot at Gal. He is going to hit. Doing some damage, making him drop his gun. And who wants a Marcy help action?
If nobody else is offering, I'll take it.
You're shooting fine. I want
Yeah.
because I am.
I have to use action, so I'll be right back. You guys keep up the slaughter.
Alright. Kane, you can get a blue die to your next roll.
Hey, let's go.
And then this guy over here going to take a shot at Kana because she is what he can easily see right now. He is also going to miss. That brings us to the top of the round.
Aha.
I would like to attempt diplomacy, if that is okay.
You can.
Bruh.
I would like to attempt to convince the other brood members to stand the fuck down because they've already lost. So,
Give me your spiel.
oh god. All right. If he will pop out from the table very briefly, like a gopher. It's very elegant. Look, we've had enough people die already today. We don't need anybody more to go down if they don't got it. Your leader's already been shot. You've already lost. So lay down your weapons and we can do some negotiating. Otherwise, the shooting's just gonna continue.
Okay. You can roll a negotiation with
Okay.
2 purple and a black.
Okay, okay.
Black is because you
Purple.
did just kill their leader.
You know, it's, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so negotiation with 2 purple and a black. Purple. What do they use for black? It's not B. Step back, right.
I do not know the type command I always build when I am using
Alright.
this sheet. do
Charm and
apologize.
leadership. I do remove that black, actually. Because of the leverage. Do I downgrade the difficulty of that? With respect to delegate.
I would say you would get one or the other.
Alright, I'll take the downgrade. I think it's a smarter move. Alright, so I'll take the downgrade, so rolling a single purple and a setback, and hoping that the dice pool built correctly. It did not. Why can it not roll negative dice?
Alright,
Okay.
just roll me a 1 purple, 1 black. And make sure you
Sorry
click
about
back
that.
out of the box. There you go.
There we go.
Cancels out the advantages. Okay.
It's
But you still got
four
successes.
successes.
So you kind of start this negotiation, and you're kind of talking to the room in general, and there's a moment where the droids all kind of pause, and these two on the far side kind of lower their weapons. Their weapon's still in their hand, but they seem to be listening to you for the moment. These two have been directly dealing with Jedi. They don't care. So they are going to continue to fight.
It's perfectly reasonable. I will pop back underneath the table, and I will hope that my comrades do not shoot those who have lowered their weapons.
Okay, who wants to take the other PC slot at the start? Connor.
One of you two can.
I could take it, because if I kill this droid, then Gal can focus on a further away target.
Yes.
So Kane will rush up, and I get a blue because Marcy is on auto help, and I'm rolling
2 purple and a blue.
2 purple and a blue.
Try rolling your
And-
melee first.
Oh, so melee first.
Yeah, because
Um,
that's your weaker one.
Okay, then
Did you have something, Kira?
I was going to say that there's another way to do it consolidated into a single roll, but that might complicate things further, and I think it's probably better to roll them separately right now.
Yeah, we're just gonna stick with the separate rolls for a little bit until we
No
get
worries.
super comfortable with things, and then we can start consolidating and adjusting. Alright.
Sounds good.
So you
so
can,
the blue goes away.
yeah. So your blue will go away, and you'll have 3 purple against your lightsaber skill.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
You do get, I do say, when you have nothing but advantages, you can get a hit off of your vibro sword. Just a straight hit
Nope.
with the 6 damage.
Cool.
And that is going to be... And you are continuing to back this blaster droid into a corner, which is good.
What is a good 2-weapon form for lightsabers?
I
Ataru.
think it's Aru, yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, just about any... Jarkai, which is the two-handed fighting style, is almost universally used with Ataru. Ataru and, like, Shicho. Like, in lore, at least.
It shows if you want to be the most boring person in the world.
But Shicho is effective. Shicho is what you resort to just get through the fucking fight. This guy is going to turn. He is going to take a pot shot at the droid in front of Kana. And he hits that one. Doesn't do a whole hell of a lot to it, but he hits it. Teemo is also going to shoot at that droid. Also doesn't do a hell of a lot, but he hits. This droid that is being ganged up on. Let me see how smart he is. Not super smart, so he's going to continue focusing on the Jedi. How mean do I want to be? So, he is going to hit for the 6 damage. He also got enough advantages on you that he is going to negate your defensive bonuses.
Oh.
Iris, you there?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear who you were talking to. So, negate defensive bonuses and 6 damage, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So, can I not parry that?
You can parry it. It's just none of the other stuff is going to work for you.
Okay. So, that'll just take 4 off that. So, 2 damage. 3 strain. Okay.
And we've had Iffy, we've had Kane, so Kana or Gal.
I'd like to attack, please.
By all means. Blink.
You do have the ability to aim at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would like to aim. And attack. And it's 2 purple, right?
Yes.
2 purple and a blue.
Mm-hmm.
Set.
Our Jedi are not doing great this round, guys.
It kind of tracks because we're super off for some reason.
Yeah.
Some reason.
Ha ha ha.
This one in front of you, Kane, has just enough intelligence. He knows that hitting you with the fucking pistol is probably not gonna work, so he is just gonna haul back and punch you. Which does hit. And that is 3 damage. You can soak.
I get soaked too. I'll take the 1 damage after my 2 soak. So just punch fucking Kane right across the jaw. Ow!
this one really fast. And these two droids, seeing that things are not going well for their friends over there, just kind of drop their blasters and step back a little bit. Not really sure. They look like they want to run, but they also don't really want to run by all of you to try and get out the door. Gal?
I think I'll have a cup of tea, watch the fight going on, really start to relax and understand my place in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, I'm not. I'm gonna attack him.
Mm-hmm.
And I have height on the droid that Kana's by.
That one would technically be a little bit lower, so this one would be the easier one to get. You'll end up rolling kind of the same. You'll end up with 3 purple to get this one. It'll be 2 purple and a black to get that one. So.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I guess I'll take the height advantage on the one that Kane's fighting then.
Mm-hmm.
And then aim, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then purple.
3 purple, a blue, and a black. No.
Is a purple worse or is a black worse?
Eh.
Black. Well,
Black is worse.
Technically
I don't
purple.
know, but I think.
Technically
shit.
purple.
So black has more blank sides, right?
Yes, has more blank sides.
Oh wait, well I'll do the 2 purple and a black then.
Okay.
And then I only have the 1 dice for that, right? The 1 blue, correct?
Unless you're... Yeah. Yeah, because you're not really going to be able to get the advantage because you're being kind of blocked by the fight that's going on.
Die.
Still hit.
Drop your weapon.
9, drop weapon, 10. That one's dead anyway.
I just love the idea of Galatea picking up like some tea that's on the table, sloshing it against like the front of her chassis because she can't really drink it, and then just casually shooting.
Just like, just drinking a 1 cup, holding the blaster steady with 1 arm.
All I can think of is like the old school like Southern sitting on the porch with a shotgun, beer in a rocking chair.
First one misses. Second one hits. This thing is on its last leg. It's barely standing up. It's just got slashes all over it and just riddled with fucking blaster holes all over it. It's not looking great. Marcy will give a blue to Kane if Kane wants to try again, because we're back at the start of the round.
Since it was already dead, can I use my advantage and instead give Kane another blue die?
Yeah.
Yes.
My instinct is to chaos him. I'm just saying.
Don't do this. Unless you want to do what is it you want to do?
Kill steal.
Kill still. I want to chaos.
Well, fucking roll for it.
Okay, roll for it.
Roll a d20.
Okay, so higher. Whoever gets higher. Kills.
Yeah, higher
Or
higher
goes
roll
for
wins.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, well I'm giving my blue die to Kana then.
Kane's fucking ungrateful.
Poor Kane. It's just not his night.
Both of us rolled like shit.
Hey, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna go up and fucking attack it.
Okay. So you get a blue die from Gal, and then they assume a blue die from your assist.
So 2 blue, and then 2 purple, right?
Yep.
And should I use a light side point on this?
If you'd like to. If
I
you'd like
kinda-
to use
I-
our
I
last
want-
light side point,
I want to. I really want to.
Do it.
I'm not gonna
I
stop
did it
you.
for
Do it.
bullshit. You can do it for bullshit.
You upgrade. So that'll
Yes.
take one of your greens to a yellow.
Okay. So I have to make it myself this time.
Yeah, it's probably the easiest
So-
way.
2 yellows and green. And then
2 purples, 2
This one.
blues. Whoo! You gotta try him.
Wow.
How you wanna do this?
So, like, Kane was going up to attack, right? He's in this fight. He got punched. Like, what the fuck? This one goes down, kind of turns on her heel, and like does the fencing like spear, kind of like a straightforward thrust attack,
Mm-hmm.
and goes straight for center mass, I guess, and just spears it on her lightsaber,
Alright.
and then pulls away, ending in a fencing stance.
Alright, this thing goes down. Fucking impaled on your lightsaber. And with the end of combat, I will say that is the end of session. I will assume that you guys are going to go running around looting the bodies of the Haxian brood.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, why
Yep.
not?
And I will put together a list for you guys. Everybody gets 20 XP off of this.
And let's
Session.
go.
Yeah, you know, I'm really happy with this. That was a dicey situation, and we made it out of it pretty okay.
You do your pirouette and pull the lightsaber out and in a dip in a fencer's stance, and then Kane looking at you with a sword and a lightsaber and a bruise across his face and a bloody nose just turns off his lightsaber and puts it back in its holster.
Tana glances at you, but then turns to Iffy to help her stand up properly.
She's my boss.
If he gratefully accepts the help and dusts her shoulders off.
I just want to say I did that all without a sniper scope.
Your eyes are sniper scope. That's cheating.
Alright.